You post a picture on Instagram, and as soon as you post it, you refresh to see your like count. The moment you start getting comments and likes, the feelings of excitement rush through your body. It's the feeling of validation. Today, our generation normalizes finding happiness in how many likes you get and how many followers you have. It's a sense of self-worth that later leads to depression and anxiety. It's a mirrored reflection of unrealistic expectations and perfection. As a teenage girl who's constantly on her phone, I've noticed the side effects of this firsthand. After scrolling for many hours, I noticed myself start to compare myself to others. The draining feeling of not being good enough really affects our mindset drastically. I've experienced the highs of getting many likes and lows of constantly worrying what I look like on my social media accounts. Social media affects teenagers in harmful and positive ways. Some harmful ways would be depression and suicide, sleep deprivation, and FOMO. Those are examples of the unhealthy effects of social media. A positive would be it brings connection and communication to teenagers throughout the world. So let's begin with the first effect of social media, which is depression and suicide. Depression and suicide has become more normalized in our society today. Social media downplays it and makes it seem like it's not a big deal and that it's a normal thought. According to Dr. Murtry, he says, social media normalizes being depressed and having suicidal thoughts. When teenagers scroll and scroll all day, unhealthy behaviors are distributed into their minds, causing them to act out. Being depressed is not something we should take advantage of, and that should be normalized. Seeing others post about depression and suicidal thoughts convinces the mind that it's normal for these things, and then it downplays it when people are seriously struggling with it. A San Diego physiologist states, smartphones were introduced in 2007, and by 2015, fully 92% of teens and young adults own a smartphone. The rise in depressive symptoms correlates with smartphone adoption during that period. Once smartphones started to become popular, it became a necessity for our generation. That's when they started to notice these effects in teenagers. Teenagers create a common connection with their devices and accounts and sucks them into believing everything they see on social media. That now brings us to sleep and FOMO. Social media keeps teens awake at night because they're scrolling for hours trying to stay updated on what's posted. They fear they're going to miss out a post or miss out on a conversation and can't go to bed. Did you know the blue light emitted from electronic screens has a great impact on the amount of sleep you get each night? The blue light stimulates a part of the brain that makes us feel alert, keeping us energized and awake when we should feel winding down going to bed. The recommended time for sleep is 8 to 10 hours, and scrolling on social media pulls us away from the sleep time we need. According to the Sleep Foundation, people who experience more FOMO, the fear of missing out, are more likely to check their social media within 15 minutes of trying to sleep, which significantly contributes to sleep issue. FOMO affects a lot of teenagers because it makes them feel like they did something wrong, and they make them feel left out for not being invited or not being included in something. Then teenagers stay up worrying all night on what they can do to be invited, or they don't go to bed because they don't want to miss out what someone's having a conversation with them. At this point, you've heard all the bad things about social media and how it affects teenagers. So now let's move into a positive. If all these negative effects are true, why don't teenagers just delete social media platforms? Well, social media provides connections and fast ways to communicate. Based on a study done by the National Health Research, the majority of teenagers report feeling more accepted is 58%, 67% feel more supported, 71% feel more creative, and 80% feel more connected with their friends. Social media can provide opportunities to enhance the mental health of users through the support and peer connections. The percentages in the study above prove that there is a good side to social media, even though we are blinded by all the negative effects. In 2024, with around 5 billion users worldwide, social media continues to shape our connections, norms, and behaviors, hiding both the benefits and the drawbacks, according to the University of the People. Social media is how we communicate today. Teenagers barely use calling or messages when you communicate. It provides a connection when you're interacting with each other through the phone, because you may not be able to see them face to face, but you can connect with them through the phone. Now we have learned about the positive and negative effects social media has on teenagers. Social media has taken away over our generation lives their daily life. While it provides communication and connection, it's also the leading factor to depression, anxiety, and later suicide. The key is finding a healthy way to balance your time on social media and your time in life. Next time you're scrolling on social media, posting a picture, remember, your life is worth way more than how you present yourself online.